Soy High Night. Bienvenido a mi canal. Welcome to my channel. Esta es mi reseña de El Equipito. This is my movie review of El Equipito. It is a Spanish language comedy film from writer-director Roberto Angel Salcedo. He stars as Miguel Ángel, whose cousin Angela is about to inherit a large sum of money from a deceased relative. When the two of them go to visit the lawyer handling the will, they discover that the lawyer is dead in his office. Fearing that they will be blamed for the lawyer's death, Miguel Ángel and Angela run off, but they don't know the information contained within the will. So over the next several days, they try to break into the lawyer's office to find the will. Unfortunately, each time they try to break in, they run into a problem and wind up having to enlist more and more people to help them out. For instance, they need someone to disable the cameras. They need someone to help open a door. They need someone as lookout. They need someone as drivers. And they keep building and building this crew in order to do what should be simple. These are pure amateurs trying to handle this major heist. So it's basically a mixture of Ocean's 11 plus it's a mad world. Because the final cast, once everyone is introduced and handled into the movie, is very large. Which sort of leads me to what I don't like about the movie. The movie is fine, it's not horrible, but it's certainly not one of my favorite films of the year, and definitely not one of my favorite Spanish language films of the year. But basically, there's a lot of characters that just wind up being there, not really contributing anything. Some of them contribute to the comedy throughout the film, but a lot of them are just sort of there, and very few actually commit to the story of the film, the actual progress of the film, or even being needed to handle some of the problems that come up in the movie. So I don't know if a lot of the people in the cast are the writer-director's friends or families or long-time associates, and you're just trying to get everyone into the movie. I do know that this movie is potentially the first of a series of films, because the full title of the movie, and I am going to butcher this, so I'm sorry, the full title is El Equipito Capítulo una Todo por una Herencia, which basically translates to the little kid, chapter 1, all for an inheritance. So with the movie being a chapter 1, it clearly hopes to set up at least a chapter 2. And who knows, maybe if there is a chapter 2 movie, a lot of these characters will be utilized more. So as far as good points, not any major good points, nothing I truly loved about the film, but again, didn't hate it. There were some things that I really got frustrated about the movie. For instance, there's this character who's basically like Shaggy. He's constantly eating, or he's constantly talking about food, or he's constantly mentioning or thinking about food. He owns a deli or a convenience store like that, but he's constantly talking about food. That got very annoying. And what really tremendously frustrated me was this married couple that were constantly bickering. There wasn't a single time where they exchanged words and didn't fall into some kind of argument. Not only in person, but over the phone. They constantly argued, and that got very tiring very quickly. But, you know, other than those pure annoyances, there was nothing that really ruined the movie for me. So I am going to recommend this movie overall, but again, it's not a phenomenal comedy. It's just a nice, pleasant comedy. So if you want to check it out, and you have the opportunity to check it out, I say check it out. But, you know, it's certainly not going to set the world on fire. Who knows? Maybe they do make a sequel. It'll be much better, and all these characters will be utilized more. But for now, I'm just going to give this a above average grade. So my grade for this movie is a nice C+ grade. Okay, so that's what I thought of El Equipito. I would love to know what you thought of the film. Be sure to share whatever comments you'd like in the comment section. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, or dislike, share, and subscribe. Once again, I'm High Night. Thank you for watching, and remember, find inspiration everywhere. Adios!